and good shot. Oh my!
Here to celebrate Georgetown! The Georgetown Raiders are Buckland Cup champions!
The Trenton Golden Hawks, the R.W. Hewitt Cup champions, are going to Coburn.
Back to Minerva. Shot scores! And the Coburn Cougars are the Royal Bank Cup champions!
Hockey fans around 16 Mile Creek have waited 9 years to hear it. Your Oakville Blades, OJHL Buckland Cup champions.
Well, it was a true clash of the Titans Saturday night in Oakville as the Blades and the Golden Hawks went toe-to-toe. All the details are coming right up. This is the OJ Today. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Alex Bastiavansky, and there were some huge games that took place in the OJ over the past week, but the true marquee matchup went down Saturday night in Oakville in what could be a Buckland Cup Finals preview. The Blades hosted the Trenton Golden Hawks, first in the West against the East Division leaders, and it goes without saying this tilt lived up to expectations. OJ Highlights now brought to you by BioSteel. BioSteel, the official isotonic beverage of the OJHL. And this was must-see hockey right here. Two OJ powerhouses going toe-to-toe, and it's the Hawks that draw first blood. Colin Vanderherk going hard to the net, getting tippy with it past Will Barber. One zip Trenton. Second frame, they thought they'd tallied another. The Sam Duchesne point shot tipped home, but take another look. Dylan McMahon's stick is the problem here, as it looks like it might be a little bit high. And the officials will talk it over, and no goal. So still 1-0 for the Hawks. The Blades would even things up. Cam Garvey, the shot might have been tipped by the defenseman's stick there, whatever, and it goes. All knotted up at one apiece. Before the end of the period, Trenton would retake the lead, though. A D'Artagnan Jolie on the doorstep. He pounds it home. 2-1 Hawks after 40 minutes of play. The Blades never say die, though. Late in the third, Bryce Kilborn jamming away at it. Finally, in it goes. All tied up, so this one went to overtime.
Oh, and it's a big block from Bryce Kilborn. Can he steal the puck? Kilborn looks, and O'Hara didn't get the puck. Fox on the breakaway. Overtime. Scores. And the Trenton Golden Hawks get the win.
Nicholas Fiore with the call there. Heck of a game. Mississauga in Wellington to take on the Dukes. Joe Washkaruk and his boys trying to stay in fourth spot in that South Division. The Dukes hit first, though. Daniel Pineda sliding it through Frank Bowl. And Wellington up 1-0 through 20 minutes of play. Second stanza. Missy gets it back. Chase Strashuluk will jam home the rebound out front. All tied up after 40 minutes of play, but the Dukes take over in the third. Ben Woodhouse. Watch the gorgeous feed out front to Frank Vitucci. Right there. 2-1 Wellington. And they would go on to add an empty netter late as the Dukes continue to jostle with Trenton on top of the East Division, although Wellington does have 3 games in hand. 3-1 their final over Mississauga. A West Division showdown between Buffalo and Milton. CJ Clark, 21 points in 12 games so far since coming to Milton from the Mississauga Steelheads. He stays hot. Gets it to go in the crease there, and 1 zip for Milton. Second frame, it's guess who? Mr. Clark going to work again. Dipsy-doo past Chase Clark. No relation. And the Menace are up by a deuce, leading to nothing. Buffalo shows its resolve, however. Logan Tobias will rip it past Forbes Anderson, and the Americans cut their deficit to a single goal. In the third frame, they would even things up. Tyler McNeil out front to Bo the Fixare, and he ties it up at 2 apiece. But then in the dying seconds of the game, this.
15 seconds to go in regulation. Costantini winds up, trying to get around Stock. 2-0 the other way with 8 seconds. Stock and Clark. Clark to Stock to Clark to Stock. They score with 1.1 seconds to go. Jordan Stock has your GWG. Milton wins the game.
Brash Quaddy with the call there. Milton kept right on rolling against Aurora the next day. First period. Take a wild guess who got the first marker for the Menace. CJ Clark, yeah. Shocker. 1-0 for Milton. Second period, Clark was providing the helpers as well. Out fronted Jordan Stock. In it goes. Milton takes it to Aurora big time as they drop the Cats by a 5-0 count. Okay, the Warrior Players of the Month were announced, brought to you by Warrior Hockey, the official hard goods supplier to the OJHL. And in the Northwest, it was Stouffville's Connor May picking up the hardware. The Spirit captain was dominant in October, picking up 16 points in just 9 games to nab the honor. In the Southeast, Trenton captain Sam Duchesne was the rightful winner. This guy's been unbelievable this season, up near the top of the OJ scoring race as a defenseman, and Sam had 16 points in 11 games for the Jayhawks to pick up the Southeast nod. Finally, the goalie of the month, and this is getting to be old hat for him, Georgetown's Nathan Torchia wins it for the second straight month to start the season. A 5-3-0 record isn't bad, but it's the 1.60 goals against average and .955 save percentage that sealed the deal. Unreal. And the rosters were just released for the OJ's All-Star celebration, taking place at Oakville's 16 Mile Arena on November 30th. It's a chance to see the past, present, and future of the league. There's an alumni game, Young Guns contest featuring the OJ's top young players, and of course the big game itself at 3 p.m. Head to ojhl.ca for more information. Tickets are just $5. This portion of the OJ Today is brought to you by Q-Collar, official safety partner of the Ontario Junior Hockey League. Welcome back to the OJ Today. You know, last year the Markham Royals had one of the top offenses in the OJHL, and in the process pulled off a pretty rare feat with forwards Alessio Luciani and Braden Aubin finishing 1-2 in the league scoring race. And while the dynamic duo are gone this season, Zach Sirota is picked up right where they left off. The 5'8" ball of terror has not only been one of the OJ's top scorers, he's also annoyed opponents to no end, which is just the way he likes it. Here's more. It may have happened in his 4th OJHL season, but Zach Sirota has arrived. Up until this point, Zach had put up steady but unspectacular numbers in the league. That's changed in 2019 as the 19-year-old leads the Markham Royals in scoring and is among the top point getters in the OJHL. To him, the recipe for success has been a simple one.
I try to bring my all at the end of the day. I like to get in the corners, I like to get to the net, and I'll do anything to help the team win. A lot of my success this year I have to give to my teammates. I've had some great line mates this year, and my coaches and the staff are putting me in a position to be successful.
I think Zach, offensively, obviously, with he's leading our team in points. He's an offensive threat every time he steps on the ice. But more than that, I think he's a real big-time agitator and a kid that I think makes playing against real hard. Always in your ear. He competes with the best of guys, and he's real hard to play against. And with the skill set he has, makes for a real good hockey player.
Agitator is a word you'll hear often when others refer to Zach. His teammates and coaches love it. The opposition, not so much. Pain in the butt would likely be their description of the forward who loves to get under their skin. Zach plays much bigger than his 5'8" frame without an ounce of fear in his game. So that being said, the NHL player he models his game after won't come as much of a surprise.
Yeah, definitely if there's a player that I can compare myself to and I try to watch, and most people who have watched me play will say the same, it's Brad Marchand. Yeah, he might not be the most liked, but that's definitely who I'd say I play like. I mean, yeah, I definitely get under people's skin, and I do what it takes to help the team out. So if that means taking a shot to the head, drawing a penalty, I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, of course. I thought it was Doug Gilmer. That's why he wears 93. But Marchand is is a hell of a player. And I mean, if you can model your game after him and actually carry it on, you're going to go somewhere in the sport. So he's got a bright future, and we're happy to be a part of it.
Sirota's game goes far beyond just scoring and agitation. He stepped up in other ways this season as well, becoming a true 200-foot player as well as a leader on the Royals.
Yeah, it's my third full season in the league, so I definitely try to help lead the team. I try to help out the young guys, the rookies, give them some tips, advice, but definitely try to lead more by example. That's where I try to show it on the ice.
You can only hand out so many letters, and sometimes you have guys that probably should wear letters and don't, but that doesn't mean they're not leaders. We like to think we have 20 leaders in the room, and he's a huge part of our leadership group for sure.
With his performance this season, the accolades have already started coming. Zach was named to the OJHL All-Star Game in November, where he'll suit up for the Northwest Conference. And beyond this year, he's got his sights set on taking his game south of the border on an NCAA scholarship.
Yeah, definitely NCAA is the route that I'd like to go. It's a great way to continue playing hockey, which I love to do, and it's a great way to go to school.
He's getting a ton of interest now and turning some heads in NCAA, and I'm sure he keeps playing the way he does and is. You'll have something to look forward to after junior hockey.
Okay, one OJ commitment to tell you about from last week. Caleb Nelson of the Tigers has committed to Providence College on a scholarship for the 2021 season. Second on the team in scoring is a 16-year-old, not too shabby. Congrats, Caleb. The updated NHL Central Scouting Players to Watch list came out. 2 OJ players were on it. Ryan Alexander of the St. Mike's Buzzers was one. 34 points in 23 games thus far. He's been great for the Double Blue. And Ryan Teverberg, no shock to see him there as well. A fixture on our Plays of the Week this year, and he leads the Junior Canadians in scoring as a 17-year-old. Okay, the CJHL came out with their most recent rankings, November 11th. Battlefords takes over the number 1 spot. Brooks in second. Toronto Pats are now at number 6. Wellington Dukes sit at 10, and the Oakville Blades slid a little bit last week. They now sit in the 20th spot. And 60-second Spotlight is brought to you by College Hockey Inc. College Hockey Inc., official partner of the Ontario Junior Hockey League.
Chris Ishmael, forward, Milton Menace.
Rebound in front, score! Milton Menace goal! Chris Ishmael!
What I bring to the ice, a 200-foot game, speed, high IQ, and some fun and energy with the boys. Being a new team in Milton, the fans have been nothing but amazing to us. They show up to every single game with all the energy and giving us a real boost in the games. We didn't start how we like to, but we're for sure gonna bring something hard for the fans. I think this team can really surprise some teams out there. We're a new, young team, but everyone's motivated and they're ready to go. We have the talent on the team, and we have nothing but a big heart here.
Shot high, the Milton Menace will get the win. Man, that is one fired up team.
This segment of the OJ Today is brought to you by Troy Hockey. Troy, the official apparel provider to the OJHL. Welcome back to the OJ Today. You know, the name Steve Mitchell will no doubt be a familiar one to most fans of the league, and for good reason. Steve has been filming league games, if you can believe it, for 40 years now. And this season, he hasn't been out at the rinks as he's been going through the fight of his life. Back on September 19th, Steve underwent a heart transplant at Toronto General Hospital, but he's at home resting now, recovering, doing great. And Steve joins me now via Skype. Steve, welcome to the show. First and foremost, most important question is how you feeling, buddy?
Well, it's good to be here, Alex. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm getting stronger all the time. It was a tough goal for a while. It's a very bumpy road, first year as a heart transplant patient, I have certain milestones I have to reach before the meds decrease. I'm getting tested regularly. Even though I'm home, I still go to the hospital once or twice a week for checkups and tests, procedures, and whatever the doctors think is necessary.
Well, you wrote a great piece about it on ojhl.ca. Actually, really, really well-written piece. Kudos, by the way. The people can read, of course, detailing the entire story, but we got you here now, so why don't you tell us just a bit about your journey?
When I was 24 years old, I was very, very active in sports. And I was playing tennis on a hot July day. And I went into a regular rhythm on my heart. I went to the hospital and they had to defibrillate me. They had to knock me out, put me, shock me with the paddles, and they found out what was wrong. And I was on meds forever, and it was under control. But what I didn't know was you get to a certain point in your life and it starts to deteriorate. And that's what happened to me. My heart deteriorated into full-blown advanced stage heart failure. And they said, you need a new heart, period. We want you in the hospital now. I went for a checkup, and it's like they admitted me immediately. And I was in from March 5th to April 11th to get transplant ready.
And you had the surgery on September 19th is when they actually did it. And like you said, you're in recovery now. You look great, by the way. You wrote that you hope to be back out there in the rinks, which is what you love to do, by next fall. You've been filming junior A hockey, if I read this correctly, 40 years now. You've been doing it. You've seen so many players come and go. Tell us just about your history with the league and also your broadcasting history and some of the organizations you filmed for.
By the time I hit high school, Aurora Cable was looking for volunteers to shoot hockey. And I thought it was a natural for me. So within the first year of volunteering for Aurora Cable, I started shooting Tiger games. And I really enjoyed it. And it just kept going. I worked part-time. I went from volunteer to part-time through college, graduated college, was named full-time program director at the age of 19.
Wow.
I can't believe that. Somebody took a chance on me at 19. And I enjoyed the entire ride. We went, in terms of junior A hockey, I went to 2 Royal Bank Cups, one in Grand Prairie, Alberta, one in Prince George, British Columbia. I shot many Buckland Cup finals, lots of exciting, both regular season and playoff games. Had some long overtime games. I did a 4 overtime game this past season, and it just went on forever.
I was going to say, Steve, those 2 cup runs of the Tigers, we got 2 minutes left, and there's one more thing to touch on, but just give me about 45 seconds about those 2 cup runs. I'm assuming the 04 and 07 RBC teams, that's got to be a couple of your favorite memories.
Oh, definitely. I was very pleased with management of Aurora Cable. They supported us supported my department 100% to actually go, to spend the money to go to all their playoff games, home and away, all the way up through the Dudley and then to the Royal Bank Cup. I had 2 gentlemen drive our mobile truck all the way from Aurora to Grand Prairie, Alberta, which is a long haul.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. In 2007, it was a little bit easier. The internet had developed good enough that we could send files back to broadcast the footage, and so it was a little bit scaled back, but it was still exciting. It was we were part of the team, and I can't tell you how much that meant to me.
Yeah, and really quick, because we got less than a minute, I want to get to, the Patriots, the Stouffville Spirit, the North York Rangers. There's probably tons more that I'm leaving out, but you filmed for so many organizations. Steve, 45 seconds, we've got That's It. You want to say something to viewers about organ donation, though, because obviously you're living proof as to just how important it is.
Well, as I said in the article, it's the most heroic, generous, selfless act that you can possibly make, and it's so simple. You just go online to beadonor.ca and you sign up. Or when you're renewing your license sticker, you can do it then. If you have any questions, go on the website. It'll answer all your questions. There's nothing to be afraid of. And I'm here today because of that. I wouldn't be here doing this interview right now.
You're the best, buddy. You're the ultimate hockey tough guy. That's my way of looking at it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really quick here. Just give us the website real quick. Genmark.
Genmarkdigital.com.
Genmarkdigital.com. If people want to find out more, I'm looking forward to seeing you back out there at the rink. Thanks so much for joining us, and stay strong, buddy.
Thank you.
And while Steve's recovering, his daughter Jennifer has been helping out with the filming for Genmark Digital Media. She does a great job. This footage comes courtesy of her. From last weekend, the Aurora Tigers once again took part in the Samaritan's Purse Christmas program for Aurora's Cornerstone Church. They stopped by Dollarama to splurge on toys, which will be sent to needy children from around the globe. So great to see OJ teams getting involved in the community and making a difference. Way to go, guys. This segment of the OJ Today is brought to you by Scotiabank. Scotiabank, the official bank of the OJHL. Hey, welcome back to the OJ Today. There's an old expression that says your best defense is a good offense. Now, whether you believe that or not, in hockey, it's obviously a good thing to have a balance of both. For a moment, let's use the Georgetown Raiders as an example. Defensively, the Raiders have been out of this world, led by two-time reigning Warrior Hockey Goalie of the Month, Nathan Torkia. G-Town has allowed the fewest tallies of any team in the league. The problem is their offense has been MIA, scoring the fewest amount of goals in the OJ. And when the Raiders fall behind, it's been a massive struggle to claw back into the game due to their goal-scoring troubles. That trend continued on Saturday against Brantford. As of this moment, the Raiders have scored just 50 goals on the campaign so far. Before the game, the teams paid their respects to veterans, and the Raiders were wearing special military-themed jerseys. Again, though, goal scoring was their Achilles heel. Great stop by Colton Ince to keep the Raiders off the board. Moments later, Justin Paul Ping, Georgetown just can't buy one. Brantford's Kyle Ballers just named to the OJ All-Star Game for November 30th. With hands like these, you can understand why. 1-0 for the 99ers. Once again, Nathan Torkia standing on his head for Georgetown. Look at the save here. Take another look at this one. He sticks out that left pad to rob Nick Abbott. Grand larceny. Kyle Ballers, though, so smooth. Uses his teammate as a decoy on the 2-on-1. Picks his spot. 2-0 Brantford. Final frame. The Raiders do get one back. Colton Panawick floats in the point shot past the screen keeper. Pulls him to within one, but not enough. Brantford adds an empty netter to take this one by a 3-1 count. Kay Lindsay taking on the Junior Canadians, and one wonders if the JRCs may have taken them just a bit lightly at first. Brett Robertson, the seeing eye point shot, and it goes 1-0 for the visiting Muskies just 2:20 later. Watch Adam Miwe here, and smooth as silk, 2-0 for the Fish. The Canadians wake up, though. Matt O'Brien to Connor LePage, nice feed, and they cut their deficit to 2-1. Third frame, Ryan Teverberg does it again, and this end-to-end stuff is just becoming old hat for the rookie. He just made NHL Central Scouting's player to watch list for next year's draft. No surprise. Gorgeous. So this one went off to overtime, and it's the captain, Matt O'Brien. Oh, yeah. Sweet moves. And the JRCs avoid an embarrassing loss to last place Lindsay, taking down the Muskies by a 3-2 count. What exactly is going on at Coburg right now? The Cougars have won just 2 of their last 10, and this was ugly in North York. First period, Austin Bremer passed Ethan Robertson, and 1-0 for NYR. 4 minutes later, Cole O'Hara with the great work out of the corner to Tyler Flack, captain, my captain. He makes it 2-0 for the home squad. Second stanza, more from the future UMass Minutemen as O'Hara sets up Miles Perry. 3-0 for North York. They would add 2 more to complete the route. The Rangers turning a few heads for sure in what's supposed to be a rebuilding year for them. Aurora taking on the Whitby Fury. This one was crazy. But first, a special pregame ceremony to honor Canadian military veterans as both teams and the fans paid their respects. Pick it up in the second. Amadeo Mastrangeli, the sublime solo effort, and that made it 4-2 for the Fury. At that point, soon after, Marcus Regina, another highlight reel goal as he dances past the keeper. His first career OJ tally, and it's a nice one. With a score 6-3 Whitby, Jonas Leas. It's pretty dirty. Cuts the deficit to 2 for the Tigers. Third period, 6-5 Whitby now. Landis Antonich tattoos the one-timer past Will Craig, and they were all knotted up. What a comeback. Alas, it was all for naught. 3 minutes later, Curtis Abbott tip out front, and that would prove to be the game winner as the Fury win a crazy one, blowing a 3-goal lead, only to prevail in the end 7-6. OJ standings brought to you by Jostens. Jostens, the official ring and awards provider to the OJHL. Starting in the West, Burlington slim lead over Oakville now, followed by Georgetown, the Brantford 99ers, Buffalo, and the Milton Menace. It's tight though there, 3 through 6. Then in the North, Collingwood, followed by Stouffville, Markham, the Pickering Panthers, and the Aurora Tigers. In the South, the Toronto Pats 5-point bulge over the JRCs, followed by St. Mike's, Mississauga, North York, and Brampton, and out east, Wellington and Trenton. But Wellington's got 3 games in hand, despite them being tied for first, followed by Whitby, Cobourg, and the Lindsay Muskies. The top 5 brought to you by Cliff Bar. Cliff Bar, the official energy bar of the OJHL. Number 5, Milton's CJ Clark is ripping the league to shreds right now. Nifty stick handling here, the feet out front, the nice tally. Number 4, Lindsay's Adam Miwe will dance past Toronto's Mason Piercy, and he tickles the twine. Number 3, Whitby's Amadeo Mastrangeli, one of the OJ's top defensemen with moves that would make any forward jealous. What a solo effort against Aurora. Number 2, Nathan Torchia with yet another unbelievable save, this time against Brantford last Saturday. Take another look as he gets the pad down for the grand larceny on Nick Abbott. Number 1, I'm trying to think if we've ever had the same player take top spot 2 shows in a row. I believe we may have a first here. Ryan Taverberg won last week. Here he is with another end-to-ender. Gorgeous. That's our play of the week. And we're all out of time for today, but remember, you can always keep up to date with what's going on in the league by heading to OJHL.ca, and of course, all of your social media options are right there for you to check out as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.